Alhamdulillah. We have a short period. Maulana Yazid is joining inshallah for the last period. So we just have a few minutes together today, inshallah. Um, I didn't receive many of your Maf'ulun Bihi worksheets, so I am asking you to please submit those. So in last week's Maf'ulun Bihi worksheet, I gave you a list of different types of Maf'ulun Bihis to find. So could I request that all of you please submit them via email or WhatsApp to us, inshallah. Just take a photo of your work and submit it to us, inshallah. Um, that will be useful. I think one person only submitted it. So just double check that, inshallah. I did receive quite a few Baqarah assignments, mashallah, Allah bless. But just the Maf'ulun Bihi, if you can submit it as well, inshallah. Bismillah, I think we have enough time to do a hadith this morning, inshallah. So in the hadith for this morning, so Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Al-Hadith Rabi'u wal-Ishrun. Al-Hadith al-Rabi', Rabi means fourth, wal-Ishrun means 20, so the 24th hadith. An Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhuma, from Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him and his father. Qala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Ashrafu ummati hamalatul Qur'ani wa ashabul layli. Ashrafu ummati, ashraf from the word sharif, from sharaf. Sharaf means the most honored, the most noble. So ashrafu ummati, the most noble, the most honored of my ummah, are going to be the hamalatul Quran, are those who who carry al-Quran, who carry the Quran. And those who carry the Quran are obviously those who serve the Quran, those who memorize its words, those who preserve its meaning, and those who preserve its teaching and convey that and carry that in their lives, and they convey that. That is going to be the most noble of the Prophet ﷺ's ummah. Wa ashabul layl, and the companions of the night, means the companions who spend a part of their night in prayer. And we always have this connection between knowledge and action. Even in the hadith, there's always a connection between those who know and those who do. So here's those who carry the Quran, but they also keep up the night prayer. May Allah make us of those who at least keep up a portion of the night, insha'Allah ta'ala. I wanted us to also Rawahul Bayhaqi fi Shu'ab al-Iman wa ibn Abi Dunya. I wanted us to just go through the nahu of this hadith. I thought it was a good one to do. So let's go to the nahu of this hadith, inshallah. Who wants to go? You must give me the hal and the reason why. Ashrafu ummati. Let's start there. Ashraf, what hal and why?
It's in Raf'un Sheikh, and because it's Ismun Fa'ilun.
Okay, so Ashrafun is going to be in Raf'un, yes. In terms of the label, so we're looking for a label like Fa'il, Maf'ulun Bihi, Mubtada, Khabar, and so on. So if you think of all the things in Raf'un, there are 6 things within Raf'un. So I can just memorize the 6 quickly. The 6 was what? Fa'il and Na'ibul Fa'il. Fa'il, Na'ibul Fa'il. Then Mubtada Khabar, then Ismu Kana, Khabru, Inna. So we have a definitive list of 6 things. Those are the only 6 things that are always in Raf'un. So which of these 6 is that?
Ismun Fa'ilun.
That's going to be, so doctor, if it's going to be a fa'il, there must be a fi'l. If there's a fa'il, there must be a fi'l. But ashraf is going to be an ism. In fact, in this whole sentence, there's no fi'l. Brother Fakhri. Or anybody, bismillah.
Is it Jumla Ismiya?
Maulana.
But it's a Jumlatul Ismiya. It's going to be the mubtada. It's going to be the focus of the sentence, remember? And then how do I if this is the Jumlatul Ismiya and this is the Mubtada, what is Ummati here? How do I translate these two words together? Ashraf Ummati.
Is it mudaf ilayh?
It's Mudaf and Ilayh. How do I translate this? Ashraf Ummati, how do you translate that?
My ummah.
The one, Ashraf Ummati.
Oh.
Is it Maulana, the most noble of my nation, of my ummah?
Okay, the most noble of my nation. Good. So the point I want to make is yes, this is Mudaf and this is Mudafun Ilay, and this is the Mubtada at the same time. And is Ashraf definite or indefinite? If it's Mudaf, Mudafun Ilay.
It's definite, Maulana.
It's going to be definite. It's going to be definite. In other words, there's an al implied there. In other words, the most noble of my ummah. So this is all part of the mubtada. The most noble of my ummah. Where is the khabar for this? What is the news about the most noble of my ummah? What's the news about it?
That they are the bearers of the Quran.
They are the bearers of the Quran. Good. So that's going to be what? That's going to be the news about the most noble of my ummah. So Hamlatul Quran is going to be the what? It's Rafun. Why?
Because it's a khabar.
Khabar
Because
first.
it is
The first khabar.
because it is the khabar. Because it is the khabar. Ashraf ummati is going to be raf'un because it is the khabar, and al-Quran mudafun ilayhi. So in other words, the most noble of my ummah is or are in between. Who are they? Hamlatul Quran wa ashabul layl. So this is going to be the khabar, Hamlatul Quran, the carriers of the Quran, and wa is conjunction. So in other words, this year ashabul layl is going to be a conjunction on Hamlatul Quran. Okay, there was just a quick run through of that Nahu. Let's quickly do a few minutes. I think we have a few minutes, inshallah. Let's do a few minutes of the worksheet. Bismillah. So the first one is آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون. The first question is, what is the virtue of these two ayat, the last two of Surah Baqarah? Bismillah.
That the recitation of these two ayat at night will suffice for them.
Good, it will suffice for them. Kafata, these two will suffice for them. In other words, for your needs, you when you go to sleep at night, you have a number of needs. Number one, you want to find some rest. Number two, you want good health. Number three, you want security for yourself and for your family. So in other words, to ensure these needs are met, a person should read these two ayat of Suratul Baqarah, the last two, at night. And also, again, I want to emphasize also in our Cape Town culture, we recite this as part of the voorwerk, like the beginning of the dhikr. We recite the three quls, which also has its own virtue, also as a sufficiency for the person. Then we recite Surah Fatiha, the beginning of Baqarah, and Ayatul Kursi, which has its own virtues, and we recite the last two verses of Surah Baqarah, the last three verses of Surah Baqarah, and they have their own virtues as well. So a lot of our kind of cultural practices are actually linked to the prophetic sunnah. Next one. What are the grammar labels for the underlined words? Ar-Rasulu. Bismillah. Ar-Rasulu. You can shout out Ar-Rasulu. It is
Fa'ilun.
It's going to be the fa'il. Amana is the verb. It's on the fourth bab to means believed. Who believed? Ar-Rasulu believed. The messenger believed. Bima. Anybody? Bismillah.
Jar wa majroor.
Harful jar and ismu majroor. Good. B. And you can see that ma there again. You can't see the hal. It's always going to be ma. Unzila ilayhi.
Were you getting
Ilayhi.
up now?
Sorry, Maulana. On the bima, I just wanted to ask: is that not fulfilling the role again of the maf'ulun bihi?
It can be in the place of the maf'ul in terms of meaning. Yes.
I just get confused because I don't know if the question is asking about the role of the underlined words.
Yeah. So the question, when we ask the grammar labels, we only ask that hal and the reason why.
Okay.
So B and ma would be jar and Y is majroor.
Okay.
The whole thing, we don't worry about that for now. Good. Next one. Ilayhi.
Jar majroor. And
Al majroor. Rabbihi. Good. Harfu jar is majroor. Yes. Min. Rabbihi.
Also, jar and majroor.
again
Okay. Min
majroor.
is harfu jar and Rabb is majroor. What about the he?
Mudaf ilayh.
Mudafun ilayh.
It's mudafun ilay. Good. Good. What about wal mu'minun?
I've got that as Badal Maulana. On Ar-Rasulu.
Adal. Okay.
Fa'ilun too.
Okay. So.
ma'tuf on Rasul.
Okay, so I think we haven't done all of the rules. So let's do a new rule today, inshallah. We have different types of waw. You get waw al-haliya, waw al-istinafiya, waw al-qasam, and you get waw al-atf. So this waw here is the waw of conjunction, like apples and bananas and pears. It's a waw of and this and that and that. The waw of conjunction. That waw is the waw of conjunction. Now, whatever comes after that waw is going to be linked to something before it. Like if I say apples and bananas, bananas comes after the and is linked to apples. So wal mu'minun is that waw of conjunction is going to be linked to something before it. So what is it linked before to?
Rasul.
Good. It's linked to ar-rasul. In other words, aman ar-rasul, the messenger believes, and who else believes? Wal mu'minun, and the believers believe. So in other words, this here is linked to this. So this here is going to be called a new name. Let me just put the name for you quickly. A new name. Let me just, this is first year stuff. Okay. So that waw there is called, waw al-atf or harful atf, all fine. Waw al-atf. Atf means conjunction. And then the thing after that is going to be ism al-ma'tuf. It's going to be ism al-ma'tuf, means the ism which is joined and following something else. Okay. So I think what's good about this example here is that what would the problem be if you didn't know Nahu here and you just started translating word for word? What would the problem be?
Completely misunderstand the sentence.
How do you understand it then if you didn't know Nahu?
The messenger believes in what has been sent down to him from his Lord. And he believes in the faithful.
Yes, or he believes and that which has been sent down by the faithful. That has been sent down from his Lord and from the faithful. So it would be a completely wrong understanding. So we can understand there, like imagine you have to read this, آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنين. Can you see the problem with that? والمؤمنين, you're making what? You're joining mu'mineen to Rabb. Because it will be jar and jar. Then you have completely the wrong understanding. So in other words, this here is joined to ar-Rasul. And the reason it's not badal is we don't normally have a waw before badal. And also normally in Badal also you can swap them out. But here they are slightly different because the one is one person, the one's a group of people. So for those reasons, it won't be considered to be Badal. Okay, I can see even the first years are also telling me Badal now. Eh? So I think some of the first are joining your session, mashallah. I think they actually join both. They join their own session. They come to your session afterwards. Alhamdulillah. That's good, mashallah. Next one. كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله. If kullun is the focus of the sentence, where is the news about kullun? What is the news about everybody?
كل is آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه.
Good. So in other words, if I ask you what is the news about everybody, the news is that they all believe in Allah and the Messenger and the Prophets and the books. What type of news khabar is that? What form of khabar is that?
Jumla.
What type of jumla?
Khabar in the form of Jumla fi'liya.
Good. The khabar in the form of a jumlatul fi'liya. This is a verbal sentence. Amana billahi wa malaikatu kutubi wa rusuli, and that forms the khabar of the kullun. How about all the wahs here? So what's happening with all the wah?
Well, atf.
Wawul atf. In other words, that waw is wawul atf. What is the malaika ma'tuf on? What's it joined to?
Billahi.
Billahi. So the word Allah lafzul jalala is in jar. Why? Because of harful jar. Harful jar is majroor, and because everything is joined unto Allah, they all have to say jar. So it can't be wa malaikatuhu. It must be malaikatihi. So they believe in Allah and the angels and the books and the messengers. I see the note from Nuran, you had the ikhtilaf where the khabar ended. The khabar will basically end with rusulihi. What's happening with la nufarriqu bayna ahadin min rusulihi? What's happening there? What is that?
جملة فعلية.
The Jumatul Fi'liya, yes. And in terms of meaning, what's happening? There's a shift happening here. Where's the shift happening? The shift is Allah spoke about who? Kullun, all of them. And then La Nufarriqu, what's happening there? Who's saying La Nufarriqu?
Allah جل جلاله.
Allah, isn't it?
The kullun, isn't it the kullun?
The Kullun is saying it. Good. The
Yes.
Kullun is saying it. So in other words, this here, La Nufarriqu bin ahad min rusulihi, this is the Kullun who are speaking. The Kullun who are speaking, and they are saying that we do not differentiate between any of the messengers. We don't differentiate. So in other words, this here is like a new sentence. This is like quotation marks, and even in the translation you can see quotation marks, and they are saying that. Good. What does it mean when they say we do not differentiate between any of the messengers? Do we hold some messengers to be superior to others? Do we hold some to be superior to others?
No, Malana, because they're saying we make no distinction between any of his messengers.
Okay.
Except Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the last messenger.
No, but it's no.
Okay. So just
The
give me
The
give me a
Ahlul
second.
Kitab,
a second quickly.
yeah, the Ahlul Kitab does make differences, like the Nasara.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry, I was just distracted for a second. So Do we hold some messengers to be superior to others? Like, do we hold like Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to be superior to other prophets, or to have more virtue?
Yes.
Yes, we do. So we hold some to be superior to others. In other words, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he made Isra to Masjid al-Aqsa, who led the salah? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When he came to the final heaven, who wasn't able to progress, Jibreel alayhi salam couldn't progress, and only Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam Muhammad could progress. On the day of Qiyamah, all the other Anbiya are going to say nafsi nafsi. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is going to say ummati ummati. There are a number of ahadith and ayat indicating towards the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam being the superior messenger. So let's summarize quickly here. The word nufarriq comes from which word? Fariq. What does fariq mean?
Separate. Faraqa.
Faraqa means separate. What is a fariq? A fariq means
Make a
faraqa means
distinction.
separate. No, the word fariq means group. The word fariq means group. So nufarriq means to make into groups. So in other words, when they say kullun amana billahi wa malaikati wa kutubihi wa rusuli, it means that we don't make a group of messengers who we accept and a group that we don't accept. You with me? Did the Jews do that? Did they accept all, or did they say we accept some and not accept others?
But he didn't accept all.
They didn't accept Nabi Isa alayhi salam. Did the Christians accept all of them?
No, they didn't.
They didn't accept Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So when we say la nufarriqu bayna ahadin min rusuli, we mean make a distinction in terms of accepting some and rejecting others. You with me? So that's what the meaning of the verse is. However, we do have the idea of tafdeel. Tafdeel means what? What does fadl mean?
More virtuous. Is it virtue?
Fadl means extra. So extra. So did Allah give certain messengers extra? Definitely. Give me an example of a messenger who got something which other messengers didn't get.
Nabi Musa alayhi salam.
Nabi Musa alayhi salam, what did he get?
Torah.
He got what? He was
He
able to
also
speak.
spoke to Allah.
Kalimullah. What did Nabi Sulaiman get that other messengers didn't get?
His army comprised of more than men, it's jinn and
He
animals.
controlled jinn, and he spoke to animals, and he was able to control the wind as well. So Allah gives certain messengers certain virtues over other messengers. They all complete their job as a messenger, but Allah gives tafdeel, fadl, extra to some. And the one that got the most extra is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He shafa'a, he's the last messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Many virtues about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So just to understand that verse in context, la nufarriqu bayna ahadin min rusuli is a statement of aqidah, meaning what? We accept all messengers unconditionally. We don't accept some and reject others. However, we do make tafdeel of certain ones over other ones. Okay, Barakallah Mullah Yazid is here, so I'm going to end there. We'll continue with this for next week, and also we've sent you worksheet number 6 as well for next week as well. And if you could please send me your maf'ul bihi homework, I would really appreciate it, inshallah. Barakallah, we have 2 more lessons left for the year, and then we have our final gathering on the 6th. So we'll see you next week, inshallah. May Allah bless and protect. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.